Hi, so we had a game this weekend, and this time we had a unusual problem going on where one of the guys had to go to work a little bit earlier than normal, so I just wanted to make a fun sort of game that was rather quick, but still got to advance the story on a little bit. So what wound up happening was the group of players went to explore a part of the map that otherwise was covered up. So on the way there, they found the ruins of an old city and decided to explore that a little bit via skill challenge, and wound up finding a little bit of treasure and a magic item. It wasn't a big magic item or anything, they weren't too excited about it, but still it'll give them a little bit more, I guess, options. So anyway, they went on to the plot and discovered that there was this is all taking place on the coast too. There is another ruined city on the coast which is being rebuilt by a king who wants to reopen that particular port. Now when I say king, at this point in the setting, that basically refers to a guy who has some other people who are willing to fight for him. So it's a very point of light type setting, so there's not a whole lot of formality or anything involved here. So this king right now is just a functional warlord who happens to have acquired a castle and some degree of wealth. So anyway, this king, being in an extended battle with some barbarians up in the north, wants to get this port rebuilt so he can launch ships to attack the barbarians deeper into their homelands. All that sounds great, but the workers in the town, and this town is mainly populated by workers, are convinced there's a monster living in the sewers. Now, the guards that are stationed there to guard the workers really don't think there is a monster, and since these workers aren't very high on the social ladder, most of them being either just poverty-stricken or outright criminals, the guards think that the workers are just killing each other and then blaming it on a monster. So the heroes get there and they decide to investigate a little bit, and they discover that someone in the town is offering a secret ransom for the monster. The workers can't really do it themselves because the guards don't let them have any weapons, because they're criminals and are likely to kill each other, or the guards. So the heavily armed players who had to negotiate and pay their way even to get into the town start investigating the sewers, and at first it's rather speculative whether or not there even is a monster, because the only way through the sewer is through this closed gate, which hasn't been opened in a long time. So that caused some players to question whether or not a monster could even be down there, because it would have had to get through the closed gate. But anyway, they explored on, and not too far into the sewer system, they encountered a dimensional marauder, which had presumably been grabbing people and then using its teleportation power to teleport through the gate with its victim. They also encountered, before they got to the marauder, they encountered a bizarre magical trap, which seemed very out of place for a sewer system. And then, making it through the trap, they fight the marauder, but during the fight with the marauder, some tiny little constructs came to the marauder's defense, and the players then had to deal with both the marauder and the constructs. They were some kind of homunculus. I can't remember the name. They're from the Monster Manual too. But anyway, so the players fight off the monster, the marauder, kill off the constructs, and are then faced with the question of where did these things come from? Because someone had to build the trap and someone had to create those constructs. So the players are starting to become suspicious, and when I say starting to become suspicious, I mean planning to kill the wizard who's in charge of rebuilding the city. They came out from the sewer system and discovered that their secret patron was, in fact, a somewhat wealthy guy, the one in charge of the actual technical part rebuilding the docks, the architect, I guess. So he was convinced there was something going on and wanted the players to investigate. They did, killed the monster, he paid them, but now the players are faced with the option of, they can keep exploring the sewer system because there was some more stuff down there that they didn't get a chance to look at, but the morale in the city is not going all that great, and some of the workers are talking about rebelling. So the players decided, rather than taking a cushy job guarding a merchant as he's going to a nearby settlement, they decided to stay here and work for the architect and explore more of the sewer and hopefully support the workers in their rebellion against this wizard. Now, the players have never met the wizard because he wasn't there. He was off on business somewhere else. So they haven't actually met him yet, but they're convinced that he's behind the plot. So, that being said, the next game, which will take place in 2 weeks, because we're not having a game this weekend because of some stuff that came up, but in 2 weeks the game will involve the players exploring the dungeons further below the sewers. And, thanks for watching.